All right, what's going on is Camo Money Beats, and today I'm here with you for another video. And I'm going to talk about something that most people don't always think about to be something to really focus on. But in this case, I really think that if you can think of these things as their own individual thing, that you're going to be able to have different ideas of how to market yourself and make the right content as an artist. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the difference between you as an artist and your music. And you might already know that there's a difference, but some people might not. Some people are thinking, what is the difference? I'm an artist and I put out my music and I just want people to listen to my music. This is kind of the phrases that I get all the time. And even with somebody that I was working with recently, they were asking me, hey, Cam, shouldn't I just put out my music and let it speak for itself? And why should I have to, market myself as a person, as an artist? And at the end of the day, I was telling them a story about how there was somebody else that when they went about this approach of only putting out their music, it's a very common thing for us as people that we are into faces, we're into like connecting things to an individual or to a person, right? Like even if you go to somebody else's beat store and there's no face and there's no person, there's no nothing, there's something about that where it's like you might like the beats, but there's a part of you that you just can't connect or don't trust what's going on just because you feel like somebody's hiding, or there's just like, there it starts to like kind of throw off this safety thing about, okay, there's a person here and this person is here doing their thing and I can see that it's a person. So when you're not showing yourself as an artist or as a human or as a person that is doing something, we oftentimes just don't even try to investigate that music or something further because we want that connection. We want to be able to see who these people are, what they look like, what they're about, what's their hometown. And we look for all these different aspects of how to connect with these individuals. So what happens to this guy, he said, okay, so if I just put out my music, you don't feel like people are going to just like my music and listen to my music? And maybe they will. Maybe there will be a time that you can just put out your music and some people will like it. But as human beings and as people, we like to see other people doing stuff. We like to see, that's why if you look on TikToks and you look on these Instagrams, like the people that are doing the best are the people that are showing their faces and showing themselves. Now, you might be able to get away with this kind of thing in the future now that we have this whole metaverse and these avatars and all these types of things. You might be, but even that, you're still showing a face. It's not necessarily your face, but it's an animated face, and it's something that we can connect to as people. So that is, in my opinion, why it's very important to understand that you putting yourself out there as an artist versus you just putting out your music are two different things. So this artist that I was working with, he said, "Okay, I understand that. So how should I market these things differently? How do I show, the difference between me and my music and or the similarities?" And that's what I was saying, that at this point, what's really important is thinking about everything that makes you who you are. And he's like, "What do you mean by that?" And I said, there's different characteristics that we all have. Some people really like going to jazz concerts. Some people really like pizza. Some people really like playing soccer. Some people like a certain soccer team, shout out to PSG or Barcelona or whatever team you got, right? But these are all things and all these things that make up who we are as people. And is understanding like what out of these things can I show about myself that I can, let people into my world and see what I'm about. Sometimes a lot of the, when it comes down to showing a side of yourself, it can be showing this great side and these joys of, the soccer teams you like and you like eating pizza. But oftentimes there's a whole genre now of people that are purely sharing like the pains that they're going through and like all the things that they're suffering and, all these life events that they've gone through that have changed them as a person. And like when they can show that, like, look, this is me being vulnerable, and this is me and what I've gone through, and you're not alone in this process, and you're not alone in this journey. When you can kind of show that side of you as well, you can also have people connect with you and relate with you. And then beyond showing that as a person, to input that into your music, and to be like, okay, this is me. This is all parts of me. You're getting the good, you're getting the bad, you're getting the ugly, but you know what? This is the true me. And doing that kind of thing is going to allow people to see who you are, see what you're about, and be able to be like, you know what? I went through a similar story. I had XYZ also happen to me. You know what? I like this guy. So at this point, the artist was like, okay, so if I'm going to show these sides of me, you know, besides the music, what other ways can I do this? And I said, at this point, it's really about understanding what you're doing with what people are viewing you in what way, right? So a lot of the time, that's going to be content, like your social media content, your YouTube content. But even also another step is like the way that you interact with people in person at your shows, the things that you say. Like, being an MC doesn't just involve rapping. Even when you're on stage, it involves sometimes, talking a little bit between songs, and just having a moment to like say a little something about a song before you go into it. So there are multiple ways, but at the end of the day, being able to show yourself as a person versus showing yourself as just your music is going to allow people to come into your world and see what you're all about. Now, shameless plug. If this is something that you're looking to do, but you just don't know how to go about it, this is something exactly that I help artists do. I help artists understand how to really look at what is part of the world, how they can relate this to other people, and how they can express this type of thing either through their content or through their music, and just really knowing what to do step by step. So if this is something that you're interested in doing, definitely either send me a DM on Instagram, or I have my email address below, and just send me an email letting me know that you've seen this video and you want to find out more. So that's going to be it for today's video, That's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any other questions that you want to be answered. Please just leave a comment in this video and let me know what kind of things you're looking for, what kind of questions you have, and I'll make a video about it. So that's it for today. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.